Don't say any weird today, alright?
No promises.
Okay.
A few moments later.
You guys are fat.
He's wired!
Baker Mayfield trench with it.
Yeah, the trench warfare.
I mean, training camp's right around the corner. Shouldn't you be somewhere in France? Shouldn't you be somewhere not in your car outside the facility working out?
Nah. I'm locked in. But after this call, I got to go get body work. But right now, I'm just locked in, you know? I'm locked in.
Welcome on in, Tampa Bay. Happy to have you. We have a beautiful video for you guys today. We have a player in the NFL, a star wide receiver that has come out and spoken and said that Baker Mayfield is a top 5 quarterback, and we'll find out if you agree with said player. Also, I am seeing a different level from Rachaad White, and I want to go into more depth on what I mean about that, and I have personal stories to help back it up. And then lastly, I have to bring in the actual realities of some things, just some things in the media that I'm starting to see, and it's starting to get into my head, but I don't want it to, because we all know my second favorite quarterback in the National Football League is Baker Reagan Mayfield. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Let's get into the video. First things first, there has been a star Pro Bowl, future Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion, wide receiver, by the names of, I don't know if you've heard of this guy. His name is Tyreek Hill, right? Tyreek Hill. And he says that Baker Mayfield is a top 5 QB in the NFL. He put out a tweet. Go ahead and look at it. He's talked about it. Let's go ahead and ramble off these top 5 guys. You let me know if you agree. First things first, he gets it. His former teammate, Patrick Mahomes. No argument. We ain't talking about nothing. We move on. His current quarterback, right? His current teammate, Tua. You're standing up for your teammate. That's your quarterback, T.O. type of stuff. I get it. I like it. We all know he's horribly wrong. He knows he's wrong, but I love that he's going to stand up for his teammate, Lamar Jackson, right? That comes in at number 3. Love it. Love it just because, hey, Lamar is absolutely dynamic. He is a fearful opponent. No one loves playing against Lamar Jackson. They may like it because they know they're getting better. They're getting a great test. They understand that they're being a part of history playing against him. No one loves it, right? No one loves it. Coming in at number 4, Prescott. What are we... Now the list has been debunked. Like, it's broken now. Like, it's over. Unfortunately, I just don't think he's serious. Or I don't know what he's doing. But Dak Prescott at number 4. And then coming in at number 5, that's the thing. Like, I'm not mad that Dak's on the board. I'm not saying I'm mad that Dak's on the board. But you can't have a Baker behind Dak. Like, I don't know. I understand Dak's had a lot of great regular seasons, beating the Commanders, beating the Giants, you know what I mean? Like, beating really good elite teams. And I know he has a lot of passing touchdowns and he gets a lot of yards. But we all can agree that the postseason is it's different. It's just different. And so I just don't agree with this list. And it's really I can't agree with the list, not because Baker is on it. I can't agree with the list because it's tomfoolery all in all. To have Tua, the second best quarterback in the NFL, what are we doing? But I love where his brain is at, and also from afar, guys, look, that could be a thing that he's trying to set up in the future. If things happen contract-wise with this player or that player, I think, he has a connection. Patrick, connection. Tua, connection. Lamar Jackson, connection. Dak Prescott, of course he would love to play in Dallas. And then the last thing, him being from Florida, Baker Mayfield. I think it's a strategy. I think he's on his way out. And so it's Patrick, Tua, and then Lamar, Dak, Baker. I think those are his last 3 destinations that he would want to end his career in. I'm pretty sure that's what he was doing. But let me know in the comments what you feel about that. Rachaad White. I think it's best that I start with a personal story. So we have a fantasy league, and actually this is a personal story, but I think I want to have fun and I want to take this seriously. So if anyone wants to take this seriously, type in, let's do RFF Fantasy. If you type in RFF Fantasy, help me out. Essentially what it is I have an annoying best friend named Alex. He's a part of the league. He's part of the channel. You all know him. Now, he's in our league. And the thing is, and I'll admit, it's my fault. I didn't draft Rachaad White. I'm doing y'all's videos, last year, the year before, and I'm really liking Rachaad White. I'm liking what I'm seeing from him. I like the way he glides. It looks like he's floating when he's running between the tackles. I think he can do absolutely anything. I think his breakaway speed. I think he has amazing hands. I would actually love it if you guys did empty sets with him and giving him an opportunity to run more routes and open up the route tree for him, because I think he's just absolutely dynamic. But with that being said, my sick friend understands emotionally what I feel for Rachaad White. So I'm not going to cap. He ain't getting none of my first round draft picks next year. I got 4 of them. And it hurt a lot to get them. As a second round pick for Rachaad White before this season starts, I think he's about to kill it. I don't really need a running back, but my whole thing is about people that are sick. And I just think Rachaad White is so dope. And I would challenge all of y'all to look at that Rich Eisen interview. You're going to fall in love with him more, because he's not in France. He's not out and I'm going to put in some context. He's not in France. He's not in Italy. He's not in all these places on vacation. He's at the facility. Now, there is a reality to it that he is still young. This is his upcoming season for him. He hasn't got the bread yet. So it's like lock in, of course. So I'm just going to answer. That's probably why I was at the facility. But I love that he's working. He didn't have to be there. He could have been at home. He could have been doing something else. He could have been with friends. I love that he's working. I love that he's still going at it, because he's right. And if you watch that interview, this is a big year for Rachaad White. Big year for Rachaad White. I don't think he has that league aim yet to him that league pedigree. But if he's going to get it, have that Alvin Kamara, branding to him, this is the season. This is the year 3. And so I'm willing. And he's going to listen to this, so this actually sucks. I'm not giving him a second. I can't. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's ridiculous, right? If any of you can find out, giving him a second makes sense, I'll do it. But I think I'm going to offer a third, maybe in 2026. I can give him a second, maybe. I got to get Rachaad White. I'm ready for the season. I think he's going to ball out. I'm really, really excited for what he's got. Now, last thing I really need and want to talk about. It's something that's getting pushed more and more. And like I said, I'm a Bucs fan. And the idea of as long as Baker's there, y'all have me. As long as Baker's there, y'all got me. I'm never cheering against the Bucs unless it's an implication of some sort or they're playing against the Bengals, right? And so at the end of the day, I'm riding with Baker. Pause. Now, I would say, although I mean all that, this is a big deal. A few, years ago or last season, you saw what the Eagles were. 2 years ago, you saw what the Eagles were. They were at the NFC Championship. Okay? We're not going to talk about how they got there, but they got there. The next season, that offseason, let go of their offensive coordinator and their defensive coordinator. And then if you asked anyone and everyone, including you guys, last year, what happened to them? Y'all, as we predicted, y'all remember the videos, beat the living daylights out of them. If you beat the living daylights out of them. And people want to always speculate to, the quarterback, the receiver, or this. Sometimes I genuinely believe coaches get off scot-free. Actually, no, let me reiterate this perfectly. Head coaches kind of get effed up a lot. Head coaches get a lot of crap. I'll say it like that. But offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators, when they leave, no one cares sometimes. I just feel like sometimes, okay, so I'll say it like this. Dave Canal, who y'all know, we've raved about him, new head coach for the Panthers. I think there's going to be great, big things for the Panthers. I know they're their, divisional rival. I'm sorry I had to say that, but I just think that he's good, right? He's really great at his job. I'm worrisome of the fact that what you guys have now, I think he's only been an offensive coordinator for a year or something like that. He has very little experience. Liam Cohen. Guys, I'm not saying this is going to be a bad idea. I'm not saying, go ahead and jump ship, but this is going to be his first season as an offensive coordinator for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And like I said, I just need to go on a little bit further. So he ran the Kentucky Wildcats offense in 2021 and in 2023. And then he was the OC for McVay in 2022. So you can even point it to another fashion of, I mean, it's been a year and plus since he's been in the NFL. It's, I don't know. I'm just putting up here, hey, and this is what I want, because Baker is on your team. Rip my argument to shreds. You know, let me know in the comments. Liam is going to be great at this. Liam does great at this. We believe in Liam. We like Liam, because I want Baker to succeed. I want Baker to be happy. But I just think that is just something very massive that we haven't discussed, because I don't want you guys to look bad, embarrass the brand. I just want you all to correct me if I need to be corrected. I'll take the heat. Let me know what you think. Happy to hear from you all. Like, comment, and subscribe.